good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very, very warm welcome. On behalf of Oppo Mobiles, I welcome all members of media and press, our esteemed partners, to this grand launch. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin in a few moments from now. But before we do, may I please request you all to kindly pay attention to the mobile phones you've brought to the venue. May I please request you to kindly ensure that they are either switched off or turned to silent mode. May I also request you to ensure that you do have an Oppo mobile with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost ready to begin the formal proceedings of this afternoon, but before we really do, I would like to ask you a personal question. So, first of all, how many members from media and press do we have here? Just all of you, right? So, thank you very much for being a part of this grand launch. And before we even begin, can I request you all to please put your hands together for yourselves for being so amazing. Thank you. यार ये बड़ी अजीब बात हुई. मैंने कहा अपने लिए ताली बजा दो, तो थोड़ी तो एक्साइटमेंट अपने लिए रख लो यार. तो अपने लिए थोड़ी जोरदार तालियां हो जाए please. Everybody. Thank you. So, well, on behalf of Oppo Mobiles, the first few things that we want to thank you for is the fact that you have been up and running so very early. You have fought traffic and you've been here to be a part of a launch that we truly believe is a landmark launch in the world we perceive our mobile phones. So, just by a show of hands and maybe even by the sound of your voices, so you can give me a cheer, how many of us use a mobile phone in this room? Give me a cheer, please. We don't use a mobile phone? I'm going to ask you the question again. And Aditya at the console, I don't think in tak awaaz pahunch rahi hai, sir. No, I'm joking, pahunch rahi hai. All right. So I'm going to ask you this question again, please. How many of us in this room use a mobile phone? Give me a cheer. Look at, like, okay, out of all your voices, there was one woo-hoo-hoo. Who's that woo-hoo-hoo? All right, it was you, right? Hi, what's your name? Priya. All right. Priya, would it be safe for me to say you use your front camera a lot for your selfies? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, like Priya, how many of us use our front cameras for a selfie? Please give me a collective woo. Not bad. So, how many women in this room use it versus how many men? Okay, wait. Women, I think we were born to take selfies. It was just revealed to us much later in life that this is the purpose of us being sent on earth. What about the men? How many of you take selfies? Give me a cheer, please. Only the men in this room, give me a cheer. अगर आप selfie लेते हैं तो. So, आप बिल्कुल selfie नहीं लेते हैं? आप लेते हैं? तो इतनी मतलब थोड़ी ना मैंने कहा आपकी बीवी की सेल्फी लेते हैं. मैंने कहा आपकी सेल्फी लेते हैं. थोड़ा तो प्राइड हो जाए सर कि मैं भी सेल्फी लेता हूँ, है ना? तो प्लीज, like honestly, like with a sense of pride, tell me how many men in this room take a selfie. Right? Look at me raising my hand like I'm like the manest man of all. All right. So the reason why I'm asking you these questions is because a few years ago, अगर किसी ने कहा होता कि कैमरा आया है फोन में, और फोन में आप फोटो ले सकते हैं, तो people would have been like, sir, cuckoo. But today it's the way of the world, right? And we all want to upgrade our phones to the next best camera, while of course we're looking at the other different features of the phone. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have followed the journey of Oppo mobiles, not just in India, but all over the world, you would have seen that there is no other selfie expert as Oppo mobiles in this country. And if you do agree to a fairly large extent, I'd like you to please give me a loud round of applause for Oppo mobiles, please. Not only have we invested time after time in R&D, but we have also ensured that the technology and the battery life and the little things that matter to make sure that your selfies are right on top truly matter. But well, let me just take a quick little maybe test, all right? So you have a phone with you, right? Could I see the last photo on your phone, please? That's interesting. He said no straight away. Magar kyun? Matlab, why can't I see the last photo? Did you? Okay, how many of you took selfies outside? Just outside. Look at him. What's your name, sir? Is there something that the media shouldn't see, sir? No? No? He's just like, all right, fine. Don't show me. Okay, anybody ready to share your last selfie with me, please? Come on, let's see your last selfie. Come on. किसके साथ ली थी और क्यों? और कैसे? अभी बाहर ली थी? अरे भगवान, क्या बात है? So, ये आपकी दीदी लगती हैं? नहीं, I'm joking. नहीं, मेरी तो of course दीदी लगती है. मेरी तो हर कोई दीदी लगती है. Actually, it's not necessary in today's time and age कि अगर कोई लड़की के साथ फोटो लो तो वो आपकी दीदी हो. But आप बड़े handsome लग रहे हैं, है ना? Time to change your phone. I'll tell you why. Because with the whole new Oppo F3 Plus, things are going to change and your photos are going to look far more crystallized than you see on that camera. Anybody else would like to share their last clicked photos with us, please? Have you all uploaded them on Twitter, on social media yet? If you did take a picture, you did? Thank you. Thank you very, very much. So, well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin in a few moments from now. We're almost ready. Well, amidst us in this audience today, we've got some very eminent members of Oppo Mobiles. We also have with us our brand ambassador who's going to be joining us shortly. There's one person in this audience who I'd like to actually introduce you to and ask him to share with us some of his ideologies about the selfie camera. And ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. He is a photographer expert par excellence, and you really don't need an introduction for Dabu Ratnani. So please give him a huge round of applause and welcome him. So, sorry Dubs, this is completely off this so-called script, but you've been associated with Oppo for a while now, right?
Right.
So, you've been taking pictures for so long. When do you think this whole change started, when people started taking their own photos?
It happened a few years ago.
Right.
Where, you know, initially when I remember people taking photos of themselves from a camera phone was from the back camera when we didn't have selfie cameras and get on judgment and see that what you're going to get in the picture. And there was like a small mirror. If you remember, there was like a concave mirror which you could see yourself and approximately judge.
Almost like, you know, a parking lots mein jo mirror hota hai.
So you could judge on what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And then finally we saw the, you know, it was a big revelation to see a front-facing camera.
Right.
And I think now it's gone to some other level. I mean,
it's
to say,
a totally different level, right?
It's like almost carrying a professional camera.
Right. In fact, we saw the gallery and you have a selfie of yourself.
I do. I have a few actually.
Of yourself, right?
Yeah.
So, as a photographer, do you find that to be empowering to be able to take your own pictures and, of course, use the features of the phone itself and make sure that your picture looks expert perfect?
You know, I'll be very honest. I'm really into my gadgets. I'm really into technology in a big way.
Yes.
And till I've used the previous two Oppo phones, I used to never take selfies. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It means I've only started because I like the quality.
Right.
I like the way it reproduces. So I've started taking a few selfies.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
Oh.
So I mean, Oppo's kind of changed my way of thinking because I was never a fan. Also because for me the optics, the lens quality, I look at it the lighting. I mean, I get too much into it, you know. So I don't think I should be like that. But my family also complains, you know. I mean, you don't have to always wait for the perfect light to take a picture, you know.
Absolutely. But, I mean, like at least for.
So I think it's fun, you know. I think now I kind of enjoy, like you saw those selfies outside.
Yeah, they look real. I mean, it's just perfect. It's like you had to do nothing to them. That's the way they were captured.
Absolutely.
Right? That's amazing. So, if you had to share with the audience in the room today, maybe the 3 things that make a perfect photo using your front camera, what would be those 3 things? I mean, it could be in reference to the angle. Of course, you mentioned the light. But anything else that you may want to bring?
I think light is the single most important thing when it comes to selfies. I suggest using like a soft light. I think direct sunlight sometimes...
Oh, it burns the face.
Yeah, it becomes tough to open your eyes. You can't hold the expressions. So I think soft light is something like an open shade or where you basically, because you're seeing everything in front of you, you can always move all 4 directions and see where the light's looking best, which background's looking nice, and then take your selfie.
All right. So the first thing is light. Try not to take your selfies or your pictures with overexposed light. So, like for example, this spotlight on our face would be a bad idea for a good selfie.
Because of the shadows as well. When the minute you point your camera, I'm blocking the light of my face.
Yes.
But if it was an overall soft light, then there's light coming from the top, light coming from the bottom, you'll get a much superior selfie.
That brings me to a question. How does one take, say, beautiful selfies in the night?
The flash, the front flash.
Okay.
Yeah, the screen flash is great.
Works better.
So that kind of fills up the face.
All right.
It works
so
well.
that would be another way. All right. What would be the second thing?
Second, I think people take the lens too high. They hold the camera very, very high, and they just look at the face. They don't look at the rest of the body that's coming in the frame.
Right.
So I feel that eye level, slightly above eye level.
So this level is a good level.
Slightly above is good, not there.
Okay.
So you have to see the rest of the body.
All right.
And the third thing would be, I think, when you pose.
Sorry. Very important question for all the men and the women in this room. Could you give us the importance of a duck face? Is there an importance of a duck face at all?
There's no importance.
Is that important?
No, I don't think it's important.
Okay, it's not important. All right.
But lots of people have fun doing it. I've seen a lot of guys, girls doing funny things.
Any men in this room who do the duck face?
I used to do it with my kids.
You used to do it with your kids? Yeah. All right. All right. It would be fair to say kids are fine. If you're doing the duck face with your girlfriend or your wife, don't worry, it's okay. I'm not saying it, but maybe in my head I'm judging you. All right.
Yeah,
so
and
the expression.
Expression is important, because... And one more tip I would say is that try and look into the lens, not into yourself, That's the most common thing everybody does,
So everyone's looking at themselves and going like, wow, I look so pretty.
No, but
you should be making contact
it's natural also because you're trying to compose the shot.
Okay.
So it's natural you're looking into the screen. But just before you press the click button, try and look at the lens.
Okay. Right. Thank you so much, Dabbu, for sharing those thoughts. Could we have a huge round of applause for Dabbu Ratnani, please? Thank you. All right. Well, this has been quite a worthwhile introduction and quite an interesting start to what we would call an epic launch. But ladies and gentlemen, here I am urging you to kindly endure just a little more patience before we roll the final show on the road. Thank you, everybody, for being here this afternoon. Once again, we love you. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing else that comes between your eminent presence in this room and of course the launch of the much awaited Oppo F3 Plus, the selfie expert. So well, if I do have your blessings, shall we begin the show? Shall we begin the show? Excellent. Let's roll our first video then. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't be shy. Give yourselves a huge round of applause as we welcome each one of you on behalf of Oppo Mobiles. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kubra Seth, and well, yes, we may have met once before. Well, for the second time in a row, well, I almost feel like family to Oppo Mobiles. And on behalf of them, I welcome you all and thank you for taking out time from your busy schedules to be with us here this afternoon. Well, the reason why we all are assembled here this afternoon is because we are here to launch Oppo's brand new selfie expert in India. Well, I hope you are all just as excited to be here, well, as I am. The last time we met, we launched our very own selfie expert. Do you remember that? Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a selfie expert that could help us take perfect selfies no matter where we were. I mean, it was equipped with a 16 megapixel front camera. And trust me, guys, in the world that we live in, well, a good front camera is a true blessing. And well, I have been using the Oppo F1S for a while now, and honestly, the last time I checked, I never got one picture wrong. In fact, I've just been wooing and swooning over the amazing camera quality that we have. Clicking selfies has now almost become my part-time profession, and I try to avoid the duck face if I can, but you know how it is. At the end of the day, you're just compelled to take that duck face selfie because it just works fine, right? So, well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women in this room, I guess it's finally time for us to see what is it that Oppo Mobiles, the all-new selfie expert, is going to offer to each one of you and the subcontinent as a whole. Well, it's time for us to go ahead and check out what is going to happen next. And you will see it here live for the very first time. As we know, Oppo is indeed a brand that is focusing on making sure that their phones and their cameras are up to speed and right on top with technology, especially when it comes to the cameras. Well, one kind of an idea, though, is, how is it that, people keep working so very hard to making the camera of a phone all the very time? Why is it so important to have it up to speed? Well, I was recently reading some surveys, and consumers stated that there were several issues that prevent them from taking perfect selfies. And I believe that the all-new selfie expert from Oppo is truly going to be the answer to all those surveys and all those consumers. So it's time for everyone who said, nah, no perfect selfie, to go ahead and grab an all-new Oppo phone. Well, it's now finally time for our new users and our existing users to actually upgrade and use the innovative selfie-taking experience. And that is a possibility with Oppo Mobiles. So, well, before I, make you sit here and start dwelling upon what is it going to be that makes the all-new launch of Oppo a different one and a unique one from what already exists. So I'm going to completely keep quiet, and instead of me doing all the talking, I'm going to invite on stage a very special person. Well, as I said, I've been associated with Oppo mobiles now for the second time in a row, but over the period that I have and I have not been, associated, I have only seen this man grow younger. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what really happens to this gentleman's selfies, because I'm sure they just get more and more handsome. Please welcome on stage Mr. Will Yang to take us through the all-new Oppo.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm very excited here and a little bit nervous because we have so many good friends here. So thank you for your coming. And I really a little bit apologize for the delay of the event. And I also hope that you like this new design on the stage, because this is dual camera. So hope you enjoy the rest as well. So today, in the presence of all our customers here, I think Oppo is now launching the latest selfie expert. And this one, I can for sure, it's going to revolutionize the India smartphone industry. Before we reveal the same to you, just as usual, I just want to share some experience and our performance in the past year. 2016 has been an essential year for Oppo, based on our strategy over the past few years, which is stay simple and focused. We committed ourselves to listening to the users and then directing our R&D to meet those requirements. Now, the answer is very clear. What our customers really want was they just want to take great photos anytime and anywhere. Just like we offered the innovative technology on photographies over the few years, we finally achieved to a milestone in 2016. We, Oppo, became the first brand to launch its selfie-focused phone in India. With this selfie expert series, which of course I mean the F1, F1 Plus, and F1S, we have managed to create a selfie trend across the whole country. And here are some other third-party data which also zero lights on our performance. According to IDC, the total shipment of Oppo in 2016 has increased more than 133% year-on-year. Also, as per IDC data again, in China, we're number one with 16.8% market share, and in Southeast Asia, we're number two. So I think you must want to understand what is the data in India. Also known as the data per GfK data in India, we have a 11.3% market share in the offline market as of December of 2016, compared to only 1.5% at the same time in the beginning of 2016. All those efforts, I have to say, is really as a cooperated effort, and I really want to take this opportunity to thank all my friends here again. Thank you for your supporting to our products. Thank you very much. Thanks. Oppo has always persisted on creating products with an attitude which is in pursuit of perfection, because we believe that a great product itself is also the best advertisement. However, what is a good product? I have no clear answer to that, but I want to state two stories from us. The first story is the back cover of F1 Plus. As we all know, an eye-catching product with a comfortable touch and feel always attracts customers' attention at first sight. So that is why our R&D personnel spend over months in a station which on commissioning the matte effect of the rear cover to make sure this metallic finish looked more vividly, shimmery, and translucent in color. So this picture behind me shows the scenes of our personnel's constant communication and exchange with our vendors, and those are the reject rear cover is filling the entire room. Second story I want to share with you is the development of our Beautify feature. We actually perceived the customers' demand of taking selfie earlier in 2012, when smartphones just began to arise. They demanded more beautiful appearance, just a mere picture. However, beautiful is a conceptual word that everyone has its own interpretation. To ensure that maximum of our customers can take good photos at all times, Oppo constantly satisfy these ideas or demands by a scientific and quantifiable method. Starting from U700, the world's first smartphone provided a built-in Beautify feature. Up to now, the fourth generation of Beautify feature has been developed. We have never stopped making progress. Even when we launched Selfie Expert in India, we fully communicated with local consumers and experts to localize this Beautify 4.0 to fit well with the India demands. Because India also has its own interpretation of beauty, which is relatively warm color tone, clear hair, and flawless skin. We hope to help our customers to take great and high-quality pictures by improving these features like this. Whether for the purpose of providing the better side or touch experience to the customers, or just enabling them to take great photos easily, Oppo's product can be summarized into two words: beautiful and considerate. Beautiful is a requirement of the product design and appearance. The product that's designed and produced by Oppo must catch customer attention at the first sight, leave a delightful impression, and this experience should only get better with time. Considerate is approached from the perspective of users' convenience and sake. The users has truly feel this product is specially designed and manufactured for them. So this definitely involved a lot of aspects of our works. So Beautify feature in selfie taking is only one of the many aspects. Because this all sincere communication and exchange with our customers, that Oppo can develop those products to meet local needs. At the same time, we keep making progress, upgrade, and improve. This is why we are here today to give you a new selfie expert. Just as our products aim to deliver beautiful and considerate experience to the customers, Oppo as a brand is also doing its best to interact with its customers, especially the Indian youth. Screen behind me shows the moment that Oppo shares its ideas and selfies with the youngs in India and other parts of the world as well. So you can see that we were cheering for Team India on the cricket field. We cooperated with the designers to creatively showcase our products with colorful and fashionable costumes on the fashion show. And also, we assisted the youth in realizing their stage dreams in their campus. All of these efforts aim to shorten the distance between the youth in India and us, to build a strong connection. So nowadays, more than 10 crore young people are using Oppo camera phone across the world. Thank you, thank you. And of course, in 2017, we will continue to deliver the most powerful handsets to meet the requirement of the youth and try to integrate it into their lives in the best possible way. We truly hope that Oppo brand can become the most popular camera phone brand among the youngsters soon. So, a year has passed since we launched Oppo's first selfie expert, F1. We also wanted to understand the mindset and the behavior of our customers and what problems do they encounter when they taking selfies. And of course, are there any new requirement or desire from a phone camera? To keep this in mind as a target, we worked with Nelson India to carry out a selfie survey. to better understand our customers, particularly the youth. With this survey, we pulled more than 1,000 interviewees in 10 major cities to learn how they take selfies and what more they desired from it. So let's have a look at these key findings that we have. What makes a perfect selfie? Although people hold different opinions towards the beauty, however, there's still something strictly common in their opinions. While some youngsters prefer big eyes, right? Some prefer the clear subject and the focus. But I have to tell you that more than 26% people, they think a perfect selfie should fit everyone in the same frame and still looking good. We also delved into the selfie behavior of ordinary young India consumers by simply asking their question. I also want to ask this question to all of you. Among the selfies in your phone, how many are individual? How many include other people? Now, I tell you the result. This result points out to an upcoming trend in India. Out of 10 selfies, sorry, this is 10, 10 selfies taken in your phone, 6 of them are group selfie. That means the Indians love spend times with their family and their friends to capturing those cherished moments. I also have a lot of group selfies with my family, my friends, and in my handset. We also researched this aspect from the survey as well. Why we're so fond of taking selfies, but we still sometimes often found ourselves complaining about the incomplete function of the handsets. So the interviews in this survey also can answer multiple reasons to this question. So let's have a look at these top 3 questions people are eager to solve. So 47% of the interviewees think it's very difficult to fit a proper background. 50% of them think it's very difficult to get a proper lighting when they're doing a group selfie. And most of them, 66% of them think their current smartphone fails to fit all the people in the same frame when they want to take a group selfie. This means the market is thirsty for a handset that have a powerful function of capturing a perfect group selfie. I have told everyone at the very beginning that Oppo is a company that is very good at grasping the customer's core and potential demands. So I think it's the right time to upgrade our selfie expert today. Today, we were going to introduce you the F3 Plus, the new generation of our selfie expert, which will lead us to the new era of selfie, group selfie. I would like to invite my product manager, Akash, to share you more details about this. Thank you very much, and hope you enjoy the rest. Thank you.
Thank you, Will. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Akash Gabrani, Product Manager of Oppo India. You might already know that the new selfie expert, F3 Plus, is having dual selfie camera. But what these two cameras do? I mean, how do they work? Just now, Will mentioned that the trend for taking group selfies is increasing more and more. Even we have experienced many difficulties while taking a perfect group selfie. Maybe it's a challenge. We have to stretch our arm to capture a perfect group selfie. Someone's body gets squeezed while capturing a group selfie. We have to buy a selfie stick. We have to give so many retakes and pauses to capture a perfect group selfie. Maybe it's a technical difficulty. We are not able to capture high-quality image. There are so many distortions. Probably that we have seen the fish eye effect in many of our images, which is caused because of that big, bulky lenses. At the end, we ask someone to capture a picture for us. Either it's a crowded restaurant or a tourist spot. Even many times we don't like the picture which was captured by the other person. Then how we can capture a best selfie and a best group selfie at the same time? And the solution is dual selfie camera. One for selfie, one for group selfie. Okay, let's talk about wide-angle lens first. It's really hard to select a wide-angle lens. I mean, if the angle is too wide, it will distort your image. And if the angle is too narrow, it will not meet the user's need. After several times of commissioning, we are able to select a wide-angle lens for Oppo F3 Plus. Yes, Oppo F3 Plus is having 120-degree wider angle lens with 8-megapixel camera. Also, it is the first ever phone which is equipped with 6P lenses in the front camera that reduces image distortion. The 120-degree wider angle lens is 105% wider than the normal 80-degree field of view. So now more people in a single frame. When more than 3 persons give a pause for the selfie, then a pop-up notification will automatically come that suggests you to switch for the group selfie mode. So just a single tap on the screen and you can capture a perfect group selfie. The specified 6P lenses, which is first of its kind technology, reduces the image distortion and provide you with a perfect picture. So now no more squeezing. No need to buy a selfie stick. No need to ask a person who is having longest arm to capture a selfie, just like me. Isn't it amazing? I'm proud to say that Oppo F3 Plus is the first phone which is filled with that kind of technologies. Thank you. So let's see how amazing Oppo F3 Plus in taking group selfies. As you can see, there are some group selfies captured by the wide-angle camera of F3 Plus, and they are really, really amazing. Not only the wide-angle camera, the selfie camera of F3 Plus is also of high quality. It is having 16-megapixel resolution that users are already enjoying in our Selfie Expert F1S model. The selfie camera is having 1.3-inch large sensor size that allow more light to enter inside the camera, and you will never get dark and unclear selfies. With f2.0 aperture that optimize the amount of light and provide you with more clear selfies. On top of that, it features with Oppo's latest beautification, that is Beautify 4.0, which is present in both the camera, the wide-angle camera, as well as the selfie camera. With Beautify 4.0, you have 7 intelligent beautification and 2 different skin tones that makes your selfie more bright, more clear, more vivid, and more natural. Here are some selfies captured by Beautify 4.0 of F3 Plus. Remember the selfie survey in which 47% of interviewers think that it's hard to fit the background on the image? I mean, in normal condition, when we want to capture a selfie and background is noisy, we just want to emphasize on the object. For that, we have added bokeh effect that automatically blurs the background and provide you with an highlighting selfie. Here are some selfies captured by the bokeh effect of Oppo F3 Plus. So a phone with 120-degree wider angle lens and 8-megapixel camera, provided with 16-megapixel of Selfie Expert with Beautify 4.0 and bokeh effect, you will have the best selfie and best group selfie experience. As we say, when we snap, one for selfie, one for group selfie. Okay, so let's see a video here. Check out this video.
Oppo camera phone.
Amazing, right? Our dear friend, Mr. Dabu, is eagerly waiting to share his experience and views about the dual selfie camera of F3 Plus. Mr. Dabu, please join with us.
Hello, everyone. So I've had, met many of y'all. I recognize many of y'all. I met so many people outside who were here at the launch of the F1S as well. And we are back here for the F3 Plus launch. Doesn't seem like it's been a year. It's been so long. I vividly remember, I have a completely clear memory of that event as well. And I'm glad I'm here. Thank you, Oppo. So I took this camera phone to a lot of testing. I used it for a long time. We took it out for some trips, took it out with some group shots, with some selfies, with, I took it to extreme conditions. It could be I took it to the water, I took it to historic locations, and got a variety of pictures. I'd like to share some pictures. The 120-degree camera is something which is definitely incredible, which I've never expected from a phone. The kind of results that we got, the most people have had issues of trying to fit a lot of people into the frame. A lot of people have had issues where they can't show, they're at a historic location or they're at a location which has a great landscape, but in a selfie mode, they can only see themselves and not see the rest of the background. So I think, like this image that we see here, in a normal, regular selfie camera, you would definitely crop off Tanya, the girl in the red shirt, and you would miss her arm, you would miss some faces, or you'd have to really stretch your arm really out to, and make it look really awkward. But I think with this, it was very easy to shoot. There was a lot of room, even headroom for the ambience, for the beautiful building, the historic building in the background. So I think the 120-degree is an incredible revelation. I feel like it's like almost traveling with a camera with a dual lens setup, I carry my camera all the time. Then you have to interchange the lenses and, get a wider angle lens. So I think it was something which was incredible, which I got some amazing results with. And not just with group selfies, even with the selfies which I've taken of myself, you could see the kind of sharpness, the detail. Even if you like zoom into the picture, you could actually see there you go. You could see the writings on the wall very, very clearly in terms of the sharpness. For me, like I said earlier, for me, equipment is very, very important. I love, my gadgets. So I think this is something which is quite amazing to achieve, to get sharpness on the face and yet have an undistorted picture, have the monument behind you, which is also an absolute sharp focus. So I think, like he said, 50% people have had issues with light. In the survey that we have found out that, lighting is a very, very critical part of a selfie. And I completely agree. I think that's what makes a good picture or a bad picture. That's the kind of decision. For me, the lighting is very, very important. In this kind of a, light control that we had here, it's completely backlit. It was shot in Bombay, and the sea behind, the waves, the sharpness, and Ish, the friend of mine who was posed for me, is absolutely clear and is lit up completely along with the background. So we had very little, and there's no like expert mode. I just shot it as is. It's not shot with any kind of filters or not shot with any kind of special settings for this particular picture. It's just that the background and the foreground, the rocks, the sea, and your foreground, which is your model, all have complete sharpness and detail. So I think that takes care of your lighting issues. Another problem which I saw in the survey earlier was the background issues, where I think the bouquet effect, like Akash mentioned earlier, it's something where you can blur out the background and just focus on yourself, which is the most important part of a selfie, is yourself. So I think trying to, clear out the background in many places, especially when you're in a busy location, when you're in an outdoor location, there's too many people in the background, at a cafe, at a restaurant. and you want to blur out the rest, just focus on yourself, and this just takes care of the rest. So I think, like you see, I've taken it to some extreme conditions. I shot in Bombay, Delhi, all over the place, and used the wide angles, used the selfie modes, and was thoroughly impressed, to say the least. Thank you, Oppo. Thank you for having me here. Akash, please come in.
Thank you, Dabu. Now, let's see another feature of Oppo F3 Plus that will bowl over customers and industry's mind. We not only paid attention towards the dual selfie camera, but also paid attention towards the rear camera to make it a whole lot better. We worked with Sony to provide an impeccable rear camera. With Sony IMX398, which is first of its kind technology, the rear camera is having 1.4 micrometer large pixel size and 1 by 2.8 inch large sensor size. The rear camera of F3 Plus snaps f1.7 extra wide aperture, by which you can take great portrait shots. The focusing speed has been enhanced and tremendously fast. The image noise has been practically removed. The rear camera of F3 Plus is having dual PDEF technology. The PDEF stands for Face Detection Autofocus. The dual PDEF is the upgraded version of a standard PDEF. As I said, the focusing speed has been increased by 40%. Even in low light condition, you will have crystal clear image. So let's see some photo comparisons here. As you can see, there are two images. One of it captured by Oppo F1 Plus, and the right one captured by Oppo F3 Plus. And it's easily visible that the image captured by F3 Plus is more clear because of lesser amount of noise. To explain it in a better way, we have a video from Sony R&D executive. Have a look.
Hello everyone, I'm Sidharth from Sony. I'm glad to be a part of the Oppo new product event. Sony and Oppo are long-time partner. For many years in the past, we have had a close relationship with each other. It is because that Sony and Oppo have the same understanding towards photography. At Sony, we are also working hard to help the customer to take a perfect picture in an easy and enjoyable way, just like Oppo. This leads to our cooperation becoming stronger and stronger. This time, Sony and Oppo had jointly developed a new image sensor, the Sony IMX398. During the process, engineers from both Sony and Oppo defined, developed, and improved the spec together. And it takes almost 1 year for us to optimize the photo shooting experience. I believe you will enjoy the photo quality and the shooting experience brought by this marvelous new image sensor, IMX398. Finally, I wish Oppo F3 Plus with the excellent dual selfie camera and panel rear camera and outstanding perfect feature will gain full recognition from the market. Thank you.
So a phone with 120-degree wider angle lens, an 8-megapixel camera, provided with a 16-megapixel of rear camera with dual PDEF technology and IMX398 sensor, you will have the best selfie and photography experience. You can take great photos anytime, anywhere. What about design? What about design? Let's see some images of design here. Just imagine this sexy metal unibody design is sitting in your pocket or your handbag and is ready to serve all your needs. It is a simple and clean design which is crafted for a better hand gripping. Oppo F3 Plus is having wide screen with 6-inch screen, big screen. What's noticeable is the 6-inch big screen. With the use of adhesive spring technology, developed by Oppo itself, F3 Plus, is having high-quality antenna lines. As you can see, beyond its elegant look, it also helped to increase the Wi-Fi signal sensitivity. What's noticeable is the 6-inch big antenna screen lines. With the use of adhesive spring technology developed by Oppo itself, the phone is having 1.78 mm ultra-narrow bezel that help to increase the screen-to-body ratio by 80.6%. Many times, the users get obsessed with the screen, not only the screen size, but also with its clarity. Oppo F3 Plus features 6-inch 2.5D Corning Gorilla Glass 5, which is having a pre-applied coating protection that gives an elegant and classier look to our phone. Oppo F3 Plus is having fast fingerprint recognition. When you touch your finger on the sensor, it will just take 0.2 seconds to recognize and unlock. The fingerprint technology has been enhanced and the rate of recognition has been increased by 40%. The home button is having a glossy finish. Ever you had a situation in which you are worried that your wet fingers will harm your phone when you unlock it? No worries, Oppo F3 Plus is water resistant now. The fingerprint technology is able to designate any file, any contact, or any app. The user have to just activate the private mode feature. Let's see how amazing and beautiful design Oppo F3 Plus has.
Oppo camera phone.
Great, right? Not only a beautiful design, it is also having a big battery. And with a big battery, it's owned with our very own VOOC flash charge technology. Oppo F3 Plus features 4000 mAh of battery. I repeat, 4000 mAh of battery. It's really bigger and stronger as compared to our previous models like F1S and F1 Plus. So now users are having more battery life depending on the amount of use. As per a mechanical simulation, Oppo F3 Plus runs constantly for 16 hours 45 minutes. Equipped with VOOC flash charge, which is best of today's world, if you are in a hurry, the VOOC flash charge will charge your phone 4 times faster. It means you can charge it for 5 minutes and you have 2 hours of talking time. The VOOC flash charge is the best of today's world. Compared to other, the VOOC flash charge have 5 layers of protection, from adapter to the port to the entire interior of the phone. The voltage circuit has been replaced by MCU. The city dwellers were generally caught in the fast pace of today's mobile world. They want fast multitasking and seamless experience. For that, Oppo F3 Plus is having powerful hardware. It equipped with an octa-core processor with 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of ROM. Oppo F3 Plus is having double slot tray in which you can use 2 nano SIMs or 1 nano SIM and an extra SD card which is expandable up to 256 GB. Oppo F3 Plus runs on Android 6.0 with our very own ColorOS 3.0 makes an ideal combination for your phone run smooth and light. So ladies and gentlemen, Oppo F3 Plus is a complete package with a dual selfie camera of 120-degree wider angle lens and 8 megapixel. Provided with 16 megapixel of selfie expert, you will have the best selfie and best group selfie experience. One for selfie, one for group selfie. a rear camera of 16 megapixel, provided with dual PDF technology and IMX398 sensor with f1.7 extra wide aperture, you will have the great photography experience. You can take great photos anytime, anywhere. A beautiful unibody design with a big battery of 4000 mAh with our patented book flash charge technology makes your phone run longer and safer. A powerful hardware of 4 GB and 64 GB with a fast fingerprint recognition makes your phone secure. Oppo F3 Plus will surely take the selfie revolution to the next level. So that's all about Oppo F3 Plus. Thank you so much.
To kindly reveal the all-new Oppo F3 Plus and also share with us the price.
Hi everyone, welcome to our event. Thanks for your support. The F3 Plus has two colors, gold and black. The price of the F3 Plus is 30,990 rupees. The pre-order of the F3 Plus will start from today to March 31st. First sale is April 1st. I hope you like it. Thank you. And one more thing, the F3 will be launched in May. Thank you. See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Lee. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, could we have a huge round of applause? Wow. All of that for 30,999. Well, ladies and gentlemen, finally, Mr. Sky, as well as unlimited as his name means, has explained the unlimited features of the all-new Oppo F3 Plus. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to now request you all to kindly stay seated with us for a while. Well, and you know exactly why. Because up next, we have for you, for the very first time, for your very eyes, for your very ears. In this very room, each one of us are going to experience the Oppo Mobile's brand new television commercial. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself, for here it comes.
Selfie camera. One for selfie, one for group selfie. Oppo F3 Plus, selfie expert. Oppo camera phone.
Well, this brings me to a mandatory question. Did you love it? Don't be so doubtful. Did you love it? All right. So, well, for me personally, as a consumer, two things stood out in that television commercial. The first thing was the camera. And the second thing is a strikingly brand new, young, fashionable brand ambassador. Do you agree? Do you agree? So ladies and gentlemen, we at Oppo, we're in a constant look to find a youth icon who is vivacious and who can bring the best out of the brand. But more importantly, we were in search for a person who is in the pursuit of perfection, just like the whole new selfie expert, the F3 Plus. And I have to confess, I mean, we didn't have to look too far, we didn't have to look too wide, because she was right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we at Oppo Mobiles are truly lucky to have found a public figure who is completely in line with Oppo's brand image. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. I know you've been waiting for a long time, so go absolutely starried as we welcome our new brand ambassador. She, well, does not have just the X factor. She has the triple X factor to her name. She is truly the talk of Tinseltown. She has taken the world and bowled it over with her acting skills, her panache, and her impeccable fashion sense. Please welcome our new brand ambassador, Ms. Deepika Padukone. Oh, look at all your Oppo phones, all of them.
Thank you.
Well, Deepika, before, I mean, you know, we exchange the script questions. The first, the first question to you is, do you wake up like this? Do you, I mean, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, do you even need a selfie expert? Just look at you, beautiful.
Well, I think all of us have our good days and bad days.
Well, is this a good day? I would say it's a very good day then. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
A very, very warm welcome to you and a very, very good afternoon. So, first question, how are you feeling? Good?
Amazing.
Excited?
Amazing. I wake up every morning feeling good and feeling positive, and I think today is one such day. I'm very, very excited to be here and very, very excited about my association with Oppo, leaders in the market.
Right.
And the fact that they represent so much, they stand for so much.
Right.
And I think for me, every brand endorsement, I've always said this, is an extension, I believe, of my personality. And Oppo is just that, you know. I think it's so relatable, especially to the youth of India. And I think the fact that of course, they're the leaders even in terms of technology, but the fact that they've understood the Indian market,
right.
The essence of what India is, and the fact that they get it, you know.
Yeah, they just do,
and
right?
it's cool and it's fashionable, so it's always exciting to be a part of the Oppo family, and I'm looking to a long and a wonderful association.
Excellent. Well, honestly speaking, well, the front row right here can vouch for it. We all are certainly looking forward to a long-term association with you. Well, you know, you mentioned it actually, that it's become a national rage. It's almost like everybody's got an Oppo, everybody's interested in their selfies. Everyone wants to be a selfie expert, right? So, when you held the all-new Oppo F3 Plus in your hand, when you were shooting for the television commercial or for your, for your still shots, what was the first impression you had about Oppo by itself?
I think the fact that you know that it's going to be a great picture, you know.
The comfort, right?
The comfort.
Yeah.
The sense of familiarity.
Right.
And sometimes technology and innovation can be unnerving. But not with this Oppo phone in your hand. I feel like, you know, there was a sense of ease, there was a sense of comfort. And the fact that, you know, I think, you know, youngsters today are obsessed with taking selfies.
Did you say youngsters?
Yes.
Like what? Like seriously?
All of us.
Like all of
Everyone.
us, right? All of us in this
Everyone's
room.
obsessed with
If not by the
selfies.
calendar, at least by our heart. We're all youngsters.
And, so we have not one, but 2 cameras.
Absolutely.
One for a selfie, one for a bigger group selfie.
Groovy.
Yeah.
Right? So my next question to you would be, we are known to be selfie experts, but if in case we had to, nail it down and ask you, who would be the 3 most featured people in your groupies?
Ooh. Wow. I think pictures mean a lot to me.
Right.
Whether it's a selfie or a groupie. I think just being able to capture moments, I think that really means a lot to me. And so I would say maybe, my family.
Right.
My friends.
Right.
And
them. You for the day.
I think my work. I think something that might be work related. I think that
No,
again
we
is
see so many pictures of yours, like, you dressed and you. How do you master these poses? Like, what goes into making a perfect selfie, according to you?
be yourself.
Be yourself?
Yeah,
well,
be
that's
yourself.
in fact something that Abu mentioned as well earlier this afternoon.
I think just be yourself, have fun. I think the camera, sort of captures everything.
Right.
So I think whatever mood that it is, I feel, being confident and comfortable with who you are, I think the camera will capture exactly that.
Excellent. And well, for everyone in the audience, would you have any tips apart from the fact that you have to be yourself? Like, do you have any tricks for taking a good selfie?
I think Dabu's,
He already
probably the
mentioned,
right
he said
person.
the light, and he mentioned the right angle, and he said, look at the camera, not at yourself.
Okay. That's a great tip. No, I think for me, I think that's a photographer's job, I think, to sort of, make sure that you look right and the light is beautiful. I think that's why we have amazing photographers who do that for us. But I think when you have an amazing camera phone, I think once you have that, I think just be yourself.
Right.
And everything else will be taken care of.
Excellent. And honestly, I just have one last question, because we saw the TVC that you shot, and was shot at exotic locations, and it just seemed, to have you at your elemental best.
Yeah.
So would you like to share with us what were like your best moments when you were shooting for the TVC?
I think all of it was fun.
Right.
All of it was a lot of fun. And the fact that I got to interact with a lot of other people, we became friends by the end of the day. And, like I said, right from the time the product came into my hand, the ease and comfort that I felt, the sort of confidence that it gave me, and it was just a fun day. And I think that's what we've managed to capture in the film as well. It's just light, it was fun, it was energetic. And then the team itself, I saw the passion and the enthusiasm that the Oppo team has, that they came with. I met all of them. They were so passionate and so happy, and it's so important for everyone in the team to have that energy.
Right.
And the fact that I think somewhere they also have a lot of faith and confidence in me, the fact that I think it gives me the confidence to go out there and do what I do and do it to the best of my ability. So I have no doubt that this is going to be an amazing association.
Excellent. And well, thank you very much for sharing that. Ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of applause, would you welcome our brand new ambassador and our selfie expert, Miss Deepika Padukone.
Thank you.
Well, I personally think that this moment is going to become even more selfie perfect if we invited 2 very special people to join you on stage. One is somebody you completely trust to take good photographs. So would we please welcome Mr. Dabu Ratnani once again with a huge round of applause, everybody. And ladies and gentlemen, the second very important person who's going to join the duo on stage is the person who gave you the incredible news of the perfect price of the perfect selfie camera phone, Mrs. Kylie. So, Deepika, Dabu, you've been taking a lot of pictures, but I guess it's now time for Mr. Lee to take the perfect selfie. All right, but before that, I'm going to take this away. Could we just pose with the pictures? Shutterbugs, this is your moment. Please go ahead. Click away. Oh, everybody's like, yay, I'm going to take a picture too. Yes, could we please have the selfie camera? Thank you, lady. Thank you very, very much. Ms. Deepika, Mr. Dabbu, this side, please. Sorry. Mr. Ratnani, Ms. Padukone, but after this, yeah? Yay! Do you want to like clap? Because this picture's just going to get better, honestly. And that way, thank you. That seems like a great picture. Wow, that was a groovy, incredible amount of depth, beautiful smiles, great personalities. Thank you everyone for being here this afternoon. Thank you so much. Thank you. I have 2 mics. Thank you. Could we have a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Deepika. Thank you for being so amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is going to be a far more beautiful place than it already is, because now your pictures are going to look just as beautiful as the world. Thank you, everybody. This evening, this afternoon would not have been complete without your presence. And it's time for you to go ahead, get together, take a lot of groupies. But more importantly, when you are leaving, do not forget to visit the area that's behind this stage, because in the background, we've got all the reasons to take great pictures and keep smiling. Thank you, everybody. We've got an exhibition center that displays our previous phones and, of course, the all-new F3 Plus. So, well, till we meet again, my name is Kubra Seth, and we will see you soon. Until then, keep smiling and keep taking great pictures. Thank you, everybody.